Hey guys, we're out at Computex 2019 and there's a lot of really interesting computers here. Of course, it's Computex, so this is the show where you're gonna find a lot of really weird designs. But this year, there's also a lot of really interesting laptops, so we decided to go over our top 5 laptop designs of Computex 2019. So first is a collaboration between Nvidia and then a bunch of other brands, but we really wanted to highlight the Razer version. So this is the Razer Blade 15 Studio Edition. And the idea here is that they wanted to make it really easy for creators to find laptops that work for them. So this Razer Blade 15 Studio Edition has a 15-inch OLED display, it's 4K and it's beautiful. It uses an Nvidia Quadro 5000, which is a graphics card that has traditionally been used for more 3D rendering purposes. And it's got an Intel Core i7-9750H, which is a 6-core, 12-thread CPU. And so this laptop is just incredible. It's also got 32 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of memory. So you've just got insane specs in this laptop, and it also comes in this really beautiful color. Next up, we've got the Asus Zenbook Pro Duo, and we actually have a dedicated video for this, so if you want to go check it out, there is a link right up here. But effectively, it is a 15-inch laptop with an OLED display. It's also got 32 gigabytes of RAM and up to a terabyte of storage. But the really interesting thing about this laptop is that it's got a separate screen on the keyboard base called the screen pad. And effectively what this is for is being able to multitask with different apps. So you've got the main window on your laptop that you would normally use like any other laptop, but then you can pull down other windows into the screen pad to really multitask more effectively. Now it's also including up to an Intel Core i9 processor and an Nvidia RTX 2060 GPU, so this is really a laptop that is made for creators first. Next, we've got the Dell XPS 13 7390, which is now a 2-in-1 laptop. If you really like the original Dell XPS 13, this now folds into a tablet portion, so you can do things like tent mode, you can do things like drawing on it in your hand. It's kind of a really interesting concept that we've seen from Dell before, but now it's put in this new laptop. Now this is one of the first laptops that's using Intel's new Ice Lake processor. It's their 10th generation processor, which is based on a 10nm process, and it's got about 2.5 times the performance of a previous processor that Intel was using here. And you might think that this laptop isn't that powerful because it's a thin inline notebook that folds in half and it's just extremely thin, but it's actually got up to 32 gigabytes of RAM and a terabyte of storage, so you can really pack a lot of data on there. Now you're not gonna get a dedicated gaming graphics card like an Nvidia RTX 2060 in this device, but that new Ice Lake processor has Iris Plus graphics in it, which Intel says is a lot better than the previous generation. Next up, we've got Lenovo's Project Limitless, which is a collaboration with Qualcomm to basically produce the first 5G ready laptop. Now this is the first laptop to use Qualcomm's new 8CX processor, which is about the equivalent processing power as Intel's last year Core i5-8250U mobile processor. This is an ARM-based processor that is now just as powerful as something that Intel has been iterating on for years. And while we're not gonna see this laptop until sometime in 2020, it's really exciting to see a 5G ready laptop that is gonna have incredible battery life and just as much performance as a mobile laptop from last year. And last but not least, we've got 2 different concept laptops from Intel that aren't going to come to market, but they kind of show what you can do with a laptop in today's day and age. First laptop is called Honeycomb Glacier, and effectively what this laptop is it's a laptop that kind of has 2 displays, sort of like the Asus laptop that we talked about earlier, but this one basically raises up. So you've got a separate screen that is kind of at an angle right next to the keyboard, and then you've got the main screen which comes up above that. It looks a little bit like a trapeze type deal going on here, but it's made for gaming. So the regular screen is right in front of you and it's a little bit raised. And you've got this angled display that can show things like stats. You can do a Twitch stream on it. It's very, very similar to what Asus was showing, but it's separate from the keyboard. It's not built into the keyboard. So that was really cool to see. And the second concept device that we've got from Intel is called Twin River. And if you've seen the concepts of Microsoft's Courier device, it's pretty much similar to that. It's basically a laptop that folds out with 2 screens that kind of looks like a little book that you would open up. And it's a fanless design here. So it's just 2 screens that are both touchscreen. They're running an Intel U-series processor, which is 15 watt, but it is quad core, and it's actually a fanless design, which uses vapor chamber cooling to cool the whole thing. It's also made of this really nice fabric material, so it actually looks like you're carrying around a book when you're walking around with it. So if you're an artist that just wants to draw things on the go and you want to have an actual PC, this is a really cool concept. So that's been it for our laptop roundup here at Computex 2019. Make sure you head over to AndroidAuthority.com because we've got a lot of news here. There's actually quite a bit of news at Computex. We weren't really expecting that, but make sure you head over there and stay tuned to our YouTube channel because we're gonna have other videos from Computex 2019 as well. And I will catch you in the next video.